Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gamer Dad channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today's video, we're going to be exploring the ideology around the Souls games, and not just necessarily all of it. There's no way we can do all of that. We have to take it in bits and pieces. Today, we're going to be looking at the get good mindset, the mentality of becoming a sweaty gamer. And I put it that way because it's something that is some sort of a colloquial term that we understand in gaming. When you're really good at a game, or in some instance, when someone is precise at executing in a specific video game, we sometimes make a joke saying that this is a sweaty person. In the FGC, the fighting game community, this is actually much more predominant than, say, any other community I have actually engaged in. In games like Mortal Kombat 11, where you have kids like Ninja Killa doing good work, or in Street Fighter, where you have Punk and a lot of the US players and even the UK players, the word sweaty is not necessarily too hard to find in the vocabulary in communications across the path. But in a game like Elden Rings and the Souls games, even though people may not necessarily throw down those terminologies, I can say for sure that this game is not only needing for you to be, in quote, sweaty, but is actually conditioning you to be sweaty. Now, I'll show you a little bit of proof, and you see and probably maybe disagree or perhaps agree with my assessment that there is an element that this game is actually, in a sense, going to make you sweat or sweaty. Now, in a New Yorker article where they interviewed the creator, one of the creators of the Elden Ring game. I don't know what rank this person holds, but this is Hidetaka Miyazaki. Is he the creator? I think he is. In this New Yorker article, the second paragraph, the conversation goes thus. The average player will return to the firelight hundreds of times. Games often flatter their players with childish power fantasies, but Miyazaki's work relies on the virtues of failure, patience, and hard-earned precision. You cannot mash the buttons and force your way to triumph. Each foe has heft and intelligence. Their attack patterns must be carefully observed and countered, your stamina managed. A duel with a knight must be approached differently from a brawl with a pack of wolves, or a skirmish on a horseback with a soaring dragon. A moment's lapse in concentration in event the simplest encounter can prove fatal. As in life, struggle is infused with truth and consequence. Now, this is the words of the author of this article, basically summarizing some of the ideologies behind this particular game and the playstyle. If you look very closely, the way the words are set up is probably a testament to how good the writer is able to describe what is expected of you in Miyazaki's work. But one thing that really struck my attention is a moment's lapse in concentration in even the simplest encounter can prove fatal. And this is a very huge deal, because a game like this brings you to the edge of your seat in every single encounter that you find yourself in. You may find some encounters slightly easier as you get stronger, but even those same encounters can surprise you, because the enemy NPCs could pull a switcheroo on you. They could behave in a way that probably is unpredictable, which I believe the developers have probably coded into these enemy NPCs to have some surprise mechanics where they are, in some sense, a little bit more aggressive, or in a sense, much more crafty, sly as a fox, to be able to take you off guard and pretty much kill you. And I think this is something where the game is saying to you, you really have to exercise concentration. You really have to understand that the enemy NPCs in this game, the AI coding, the patterns, everything is very much tuned to give you the whole smoke at the same time. And I can say for sure that this is all this game wants to turn you into. It wants to move you from the average player into a sweaty player. And being a sweaty player is not necessarily a bad thing. It just is something where we've used it as a joke for too long, but in many cases, it's a compliment as to improved competency. Because the truth is, many people get their hands on these games at almost the same amount of time. And the way everyone's going to progress is going to be different based on skill learned or gained from other games, or perhaps maybe just everybody else's tactile ability being expressed differently. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be without question that you paid your dues and your fair share in advancing and becoming a better player. I don't think I've necessarily considered how important this is in gaming until about now. This is good.